What's going on, everybody? I'm Coach Co. We are here with Sports Cards Pro, the channel that gives you the information to make the right decisions when it comes to buying and selling your sports cards using the data on the Sports Cards Pro app. Team, I've got a very special announcement to make today. You are going to have the opportunity to win a free hanger box. So you'll be able to win free sports cards just by watching today's video. Tune in to the end to find out the requirements. Let's get into this week's top 7 hottest sports cards and products. We're going to dive into the Sports Cards Pro app. Alrighty. So as you can see here, we are on the Sports Cards Pro app. What we are going to do is head over onto Tools. We're going to go into sales volume data. Now, I should mention that the sales volume data is a premium feature. So you will have to be a premium member of the Sports Cards Pro app in order to utilize this feature. However, there are so many useful tools on this website if you don't want to subscribe. And just for subscribing to this channel, however, you get the opportunity to find out what the top 7 hottest cards for each sports card category is. So for free, just by tuning in. Team, we are going to be jumping onto the sort and filter feature. We are on basketball to start. We have Michael Jordan topping the list with his 1990 Fleer number 26 card. The ungraded copies are going for about $3.75. We've got PSA 10s at about $245. As you can see, it's probably not worth it to grade this, generally speaking, because if it nines, it ends up at about $30. So I suspect that maybe a lot of people are going through their old 90s cards. They found a Michael Jordan and perhaps are either listing it or taking the stab at grading, hoping for that 10. We are going to go into our next category, and that is baseball. We have on this list Julio Rodriguez's US 44 topping the list with 122 sales, as you can see right over here, based on 7-day volume trends. Ungraded copy is about $6.28. However, we are going to go into number 2 because I believe Julio Rodriguez was tops of our list last week. And we are talking about Gunnar Henderson. The Baltimore Orioles are a promising young team who made a bit of a splash last season when they went on a late season run to make the postseason. Gunnar Henderson was I would say, instrumental part of that. He came up from the minors and played great ball. This is his first rookie card. So this is his Topps 2023 Series 1 card. It's a flagship card. As you can see, ungraded copies are going for about $2.47. PSA 10 copies, $42.52. I have no idea how someone's already gotten a PSA 10 copy. This set literally released just a few days ago. Back into the sort and filter feature, we are going to go into our next category, and that is football. Brock Purdy tops this list once again with his 2022 Panini Mosaic, selling for about $11.62 and 104 in terms of sales volume. At number 2 on this list, we have the 2022 Panini Donruss Brock Purdy, and that's the one I actually want to talk about today. Sales volume is at 72. You got $12.88 here. Brock Purdy, the reason why this card is popping off right now is because this set just debuted. Donruss debuted last week, I believe, if not the week prior. And you're going to see a massive spike in sales volume when a product releases, as a lot of people try to recoup the cost of boxes. This is just a fact. So if you're looking to purchase some of these cards, personally, I'd probably wait. There's going to be some better buying opportunities, in my opinion, if you give it some time, you let the market kind of settle, and you get a true price point for this card. Because as of right now, it's sitting at about $12.88, team. All righty. We've also got Jerry Rice on the list. You know what? I want to talk about this. This is really cool. So the fact that we got Jerry Rice on the list is awesome because this is a 1986 Topps card. This is his rookie card, of course. If we go back into sales volume, 44 of them have sold. $51.92 is the ungraded price for this card. But you see that, you know, if you grade an 8, a 9, 9.5, 10, obviously grading a 9.5 or 10 or even a 9, quite frankly, is a difficult task. But there's definitely some nostalgia here in some of this buying, I think. Interesting. I would make a note of that moving forward. Next category on this list is hockey. Mr. Matty Beniers once again tops this list. He is the Rookie of the Year favorite in the NHL. 44 in terms of sales volume on the last 7 days. Ungraded copies are going for about $60. I will mention, going back to that list, one thing that's very interesting is Trevor Zegras makes an appearance for the first time on this list. Now, I should note that I recall watching on TV a top 10 segment of strictly Trevor Zegras highlights. And I do honestly think that whenever newscasts post stuff like this, it results in a bump up of volume of the player's card. And the reason why I think that is because it draws more attention to these players. So last week I did see a top 10 for Trevor Zegras, and I think that's what's resulting in this bump up in terms of sales volume versus some of the other players. Team, we're going to go into our next category, and that is soccer. Mbappe tops this list with his 2018 World Cup card, a card we featured last, but we've got a joint co-host at the top. This is Lionel Messi's 2014 Panini World Cup Prism. This is the number 12 card in the set. This is his Panini Prism rookie. Okay, it's not a rookie card, but this is the first time that he is featured on a Panini Prism card. As a result of that, it's Panini's most notable set, arguably, and there's a lot of people that enjoy collecting this set as a result. I will say, however, and you can use, like I said, this is very valuable information here. The fact that ungraded copies go for about $38.65, but a PSA 7 or 8 grade both cost less than a raw copy. I mean, this card is from 2014. So you're basically hoping that whoever you're buying this from almost 10 years ago kept it in immaculate shape. I don't know if that's realistic. Even the PSA 9 grade is $43.50. So I would argue if you're looking to pick up this card, I'd probably grab a graded copy versus buying it raw. Just something to note based on some of the metrics on this app. I told you there's a lot of useful information here. Next, we have UFC. A blaster box tops this list. This is not something that's uncommon. This is the 2022 Panini Donruss Optic. However, John Jones recently won a massive fight last week in his return to the UFC. It's been about 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. And the fact that cards from 2010 and 2009 rather are on this list is very interesting. So I want to talk about that. First of all, this is the second card or the first actual player card on this list. So obviously we're going to talk about this. This is 2010 Topps UFC autographs. Now, ungraded copies are going for about $174. What I will say is because these products, there wasn't a ton of them printed, I think the fact that 8 of each of these sold is a pretty big deal because I just don't know how many of them actually exist. So it just goes to show that how sometimes performance can instantly result in buying and selling, quite frankly, for both buyer and seller. So, you know, if you have cards of someone who's perhaps up for a title match in the UFC, maybe it's worth either selling before or after, depending on outcome. But you're definitely going to have a lot more eyes on those cards. And if you're looking to get some liquidity there, it's a great way to do so. Last category, we are jumping into wrestling. And Hulk Hogan once again tops this list with his 1985 Topps number 1 card. One thing to note here, ungraded copies are going for about $34.63. PSA 7 grades, about $100, 8, 140, 9. We start to get into the pretty big bucks. This is a card that I'm sure is very nostalgic for people. I love the fact that, I mean, it just goes to show that what the wrestling collectors are all about here, having this card top this list. This is one of the most notable wrestling cards in existence. So another thing to note from some of these lists is iconic cards are always going to be iconic. So buying and selling those type of cards, there's always going to be some sort of liquidity there. Team, now for our announcement, our giveaway announcement. We are going to be giving away one Topps 2023 Series 1 hanger box. All you have to do to get entered into a chance to win is to like, comment, and subscribe. So you're going to want to hit that alarm bell to find out if you won on the next episode of Sports Cards Pro Top 7 Hottest Sports Cards and Products. The last day to be entered into this giveaway is Thursday, March 16th at midnight. So make sure you get your comments, your likes, your subscribes in before then. Team, I hope you enjoyed this week's video, the top 7 hottest sports cards and products through the Sports Cards Pro app. I want you to have a wonderful rest of the day. Coach Co and Sports Cards Pro are out of here. Peace.